Welcome back to Western Wild. Today we have one of our favorite cold weather staple gear pieces to share with you. This is the Ocoopa Rechargeable Hand Warmer, and it's probably one of the handiest pieces of equipment we own for winter camping. My favorite use cases for the Ocoopa device are probably when we're sitting around a campfire and I can just stick this into an inside pocket in my jacket and it radiates heat throughout my whole core. And it keeps me very, very toasty. I would also say when we go on snowshoeing trips and it's lunchtime and we're done eating, we're just kind of relaxing for a minute, holding this in my hands as I kind of warm back up is really, really nice. So this Ocoopa has 3 settings. You have to hold it for a moment to turn it on. And this is setting 1, that will warm up to 107 degrees. Setting 2 is 118 degrees. And setting 3 is a whopping 131 degrees. Now you might be thinking that's pretty hot. How are you not going to burn yourself? All of the blue portions that you see on this are a silicone material, so it just radiates really nice heat and doesn't, you're not worried about this burning you or the jacket that you put it in or what have you. I would say though, a disadvantage to this with how hot it gets is the white parts are, you can hear that plastic. So if you do have it on the highest setting, you want to be careful about having this exposed to bare skin for long periods of time because that can get pretty hot. We've never been burned or had any issues with this, but just a piece of advice to watch out and be careful for. For battery life on this little device, it can last anywhere between 8 and 15 hours. On its highest setting, I would say it lasts just about 8. On the lowest setting, it easily gets to 15. I will use this on variable settings throughout the course of a camping trip, and I probably get about 12 hours worth of use out of it. For instance, I'll stick it in my sleeping bag at night, and it's still running strong the next morning. So the difference between this and kind of your typical chemical hand warmers that you'd buy in the store is that obviously this is rechargeable, and the chemical hand warmers, they don't fully radiate heat. You feel them when you apply them directly to your clothing or your skin, and they are really good at kind of spot warming you. This is something that, as I had said, I'll stick in my sleeping bag, I'll stick it in my jacket, I'll stick it in a pocket, and it radiates heat. If I throw it in my back pocket, it honestly warms my entire backside. If I throw it on the inside of my parka, it warms literally the entirety of my parka and keeps my whole core warm. So I'm able to really transition from a spot heat type of situation to radiant warm heat throughout the entire evening of camping. As I mentioned earlier in this video, a nice perk to this is that it is rechargeable, which makes it much more environmentally friendly than the chemical options. The way that this can recharge, it has 3 different options. You have USB-C, traditional USB, or a micro USB-C option, which is kind of great. And it also doubles as a power source. So let's say you're in an emergency situation and your phone dies, you need that battery, this thing is still fully charged. It can charge your cell phone, which is, I think, a pretty neat perk. The Ocoopa retails at $32.99, which for it being a rechargeable device is actually really affordable. It's mid-November now for anybody who's looking for a really awesome stocking stuffer for their favorite winter camping person, or even just a spouse that gets cold pretty frequently. This is a really fun and easy little gift to give, and we highly, highly recommend it if you do go out in the snow frequently. This will keep you nice and toasty all season long. If you're interested in this product, we did include a link in the description below. So go ahead and click that and it'll take you to all the color options that you could ever want. And a special shout out to Donald at Soft Roading West for turning us on to the Ocoopa. We have loved it ever since you mentioned it in your video.